Hey everyone, there I am. Whew. Lost myself for a second. Hey, welcome to Atomic Darts. Or note, this is Coffee and Darts brought to you by Atomic Darts. We're starting off good this morning. I have not had enough coffee this morning. I actually just poured my first cup. It's been a busy morning, but excited to see everybody here. We've got some cool stuff we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about some PDC darts that have just happened this past weekend with Peter Wright winning. So if you didn't know that, sorry, I crushed that one for you. We're going to talk about the World Cup. We're going to go over some of the changes that have happened there and just kind of what's coming forward with that. USA's got a really tough match first round, but I think we're going to win that one. I think we're the upset in that one. We're going to talk some other darting things going on with Bearded Dart Guy. We're going to talk with USA Darts Productions, what they've got going on. What else do I got on here? Oh, we're going to take a look real quickly at Johnny Clayton's incredible counting mistake. It's a mistake I would make, but we're going to see that. That was in the European Championships. I want to talk to you guys about Michael Holdman, who is a fan of the page, this show. He's been a great supporter, great guy, and if you in darts, you're probably connected with him, but such a good guy. But his son is doing an incredible thing for military personnel, young military personnel in his area. And I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about that and how you could help out. But first off, I really want to thank my sponsors. I want to thank Shot Darts. Can't thank them enough. They've just been great over the years, supporting me just by sending product for me to review. And then, of course, they're helping sponsor this show. And Magicwear and Jennifer Mounts over there just been superb to work with. Just really good at, I mean, they're creating great products. So just really thankful for them. And, of course, Condor Darts, who just recently came on. I love their particular product. Personally, my kids love it. I love it for my kids. I'll be very honest. That was the draw to it. And then I started playing with it and I went, oh, wow, this stuff's pretty cool. Devin Peterson's playing with it. There's a number of professional players that over this last year have switched over to Condor, and you see them late into tournaments. Is that the reason? Yeah, it is. That's why they're getting later into it. It's not the practice. It's the flights, stem, shaft combination bit. There you go. Speaking of Devin Peterson, wow, had a good run, had a great run into the European Championships, and attitude. His normal smiley personnel there, just like we got some serious attitude coming out of him, which was cool. It was good to see. Just some anger and some fire in him, which is awesome because he wants it. I think he was a little upset that he didn't make the finals. James Wade just outperformed him, and it took Peterson. It only takes him 2 or 3 games to kind of really get into a match, and that's what we saw happen. And James Wade just kind of pushed through on that. And then, if you guys did not see, Wadey just had nothing for Snakebite. Snakebite was crushing it in the European Championship in the finals. That was over long before it started. That was incredible stuff. I kind of had the way that Wade dealt with Peterson. I kind of thought maybe this could be his second one in like 3 years to pull off, 3 or 4 years. But he just Snakey was on it. And of course, here's the thing. And guys, like, jump in the comments here because we're gonna talk about a number of things. Good morning, Justin. Good morning, everybody. But by the way, Justin sent you guys a package yesterday for some stuff for you guys to do for giveaways. So that's in the mail. What's going on, Jason? What's going on, Michael? So, wait, I totally lost track of where I was at in the European Championship. Oh, Snakebite. So I love the man, and I hate his humbleness. I'm going to be honest. He needs to come out in these interviews and not be like, oh, yeah, I shot a 126 average, but I sucked, and I probably should have hit 1 or 2 more outs. And like, dude, you just won. I love the humbleness. And I love who your character and who you are, but it's okay to say, yeah, man, I played well, kicked his ass. Dude had nothing for me. I'm waiting for that. There are a couple players that kind of do that. They come across a little bit arrogant the way they do it. I'm okay with it. It would be nice for someone to just be like, yeah, dude, I played well. 101 average. Dude, played well. Instead of, hey, I got 101 average. Yeah, I could have shot better. I could have had a couple more. I mean, I get the fact that you want to get better, but it's okay to say, hey, yeah, dude, I beat that guy. I think Wadey was saying that this week, which I liked. He was like, hey, the youngsters got to watch out, man. Those of us that have been playing the sport, we're statesmen in the sport. We're still going to be here and we're still going to win. And if you do not know this about James Wade, he's been in the top 10. I think he might be outside the 10 right now. I got to check on that one. But he's been in the top 10 give a year or so for 20-something years. He has been a solid stay within the sport for a very long time. And you got to give the man props for that. He's not a heavy hitter. His averages aren't typically, that 110 type. Occasionally he'll get in there, but typically he's high 90s, low 90s, but he's just methodical. And that's why he's the machine. He just acts like a machine. And the cool thing about that is for those of us that are not high hitters all the time, we're not averaging in the 110s or the hundreds or, wherever my average is. At least it shows us that you don't have to be the heavy hitter, the highest average to win a match. I mean, Devin certainly is crushing the 180s lately and killing that poor 60 segment and still didn't end up in the finals. But as we get into that, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Bullseyes and Brewskis. Yes, Justin says that MVG, when he was on his winning ways, definitely would. It's one of the things I love about him is he's like, yeah, I played well, kicked his ass. Yeah, so what? Next. And I love that. Lately, he's been like, I just got stomped by a 16-year-old. I'm going to go sit down now. So hopefully everybody's having a good morning. So Wade is number 8 right now. So yeah, thank you, Larry. And Larry, you showed me the stuff coming out from Harrows. I'm hoping that I can pull that up and we can look at some of those because Harrows, everybody just released their lineup, their 2020 kind of fall winter lineup, which they typically do a couple weeks or so after Target. And it's smoking hot, a lot of grip, very grippy barrels, some really cool stuff. So go check out social medias. You'll see that or head over to Harrows. Really good stuff. Good morning, Tanner. Let's jump in real quick. We're going to run through, we'll jump into basically, we'll do Bearded Dart Guy and USA Darts because I really want to spend some time on the Bet Victor World Cup with some updates on there. The Limbs are not playing this year, which is sad. If you had not heard that, due to travel restrictions, they will not be playing. Singapore is not in it. Portugal has stepped in for them. So we're going to get into that. Really quickly, let me share my screen. We'll do a little screen share here. I'm going to bring this up real quick. This information right here, this comes from the guys over at USA Darts Live, which Will Stewart, if you guys don't know who Will is, go find him on Facebook, become friends with him. But he happens to do the commentating for that, and then he also does it with Jennifer Mounts. I said, hey, Will, can you shoot me over some stats from this past week? Like, I don't always keep track of everything that's going on. So if you could do that, it'd be awesome. He shot back. He goes, I'd love to, Matt, but there were 14 matches. I'm really not sure what happened with all of those. Plus, we got all these matches coming up this week. No, which is cool. Well, no big deal on that. But I was like, dude, you guys 14 matches? I mean, USA Darts Live is putting out matches consistently. Now, of course, they have the WDF, the World Federation Virtual Cup going on right now. So they've got matches kind of flying off constantly. Plus, they've got some other regular stuff going on. So they are busy. But there is darts all day long right now, especially with the world stuff. There's darts at 1. Like yesterday, I think Fallon, I'm not sure who Fallon was playing yesterday, but it was 11 a.m. match. I missed it. I was doing something. I was like, oh shoot. I'm like, oh dang, I missed. There was a 1 o'clock the day before. I mean, there's just darts consistently. So if you want to watch some live darts, jump onto Facebook. You're going to find it. So they've got a ton of stuff going on. Let me see if I can bring this up here real quick. So let's see, they've got Irene Armstrong, Ksenia Klokik from Russia. That's a match coming up. Fallon, Diana, that's a match. Allen against John William Jones. We got Martin Adams and Patrick Kovic from Hungary. I mean, these are matches that are coming up this week. So those are some really cool things that will be happening. You guys keep, again, an eye out here. So here we go. Here's some information. So today, we've got this one. That's at 9 a.m. So you guys can jump off this, have a little coffee, go on to Facebook. I think they're streaming on YouTube as well and jump into that one. Wednesday, we've got that. And then we got some to be determined. Look at this. Danny against Matt Campbell. That's going to be a really good one. They have a chance to potentially meet up this week, next week, with the World Cup. So let's talk a little bit about that here in a minute. But that's USA Darts Productions. Guys, check that out. It's pretty awesome. And then, of course, where did I do with that? That was a mistake. Let me bring this up real quick because Jason, the bearded darts guy, better known as that, he shot me over some information in regards to some things that happened this past week and some upcoming matches to see on the bearded darts guy. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. You guys can look at my beautiful face here. Okay, let's run down what the bearded darts guys got coming on. Let's so let's see. Yesterday, I guess, was the Danny Baggish, Kyle Edmonds. Oh no, that's tomorrow night. Which one happened last night? We had Baggish against Jake. So that was last night, and Baggish winning 6-3 over Jake. Baggish had an average of 95. Jake had an average of 90. That's seriously respectful. Very nice. And so that was Tuesday night. That being tonight, we got Kyle Edmonds against Danny Baggish again. This is a bounty match. And again, this is available on the Bearded Dart Guy. Just go find him on Facebook. He's throwing it up there. I don't think he's doing anything on YouTube, but we need to make that one happen too. Let's see what else here. We've got, that's Tuesday, Thursday. We have the semis. Let me run down last week's. So it was Kyle Edmonds against Danny Baggish. That was last night. Gave you guys that one. This Thursday night will be night one of the Premier League. Kevin Luke versus Adam Stella. Bruce Robbins versus Sean Brenham. I'm just running through this. Upcoming matches Thursday, Saturday. So that just keep an eye out there, guys. We got a lot of cool stuff happening from all of these areas where you guys can see darts. So just check out the Bearded Dart guys. Check out USA Darts Productions. You guys are going to get a ton of really cool darts matches happening there. Let me jump over here real quick. Let's talk just briefly about the European Championship. If you guys missed it this weekend, it was great. It was a lot of fun. Dylan and I sat around watching it. We saw some really good matches. The Devin Peterson, Ian White, that was phenomenal. Devin, he has this habit of kind of getting a slow start. He needs a little push, which he's got to figure that piece out. I think he would win more and go deeper once he figures that out. But that was a great match against he and Ian. I mean, Ian was winning. I mean, Ian was going to take that. The diamond, it was his. And then Devon just pushed, and just started crushing it and had these incredible high outs. It was fun to watch. And you could just see him getting pumped more and more and more. And it was, if there had been a full crowd there, that place would have been rocking off. It was awesome. And of course, he pulled that off. That 10-6 is it is what it is. It was a 10-6 win, but I think it was like, what was it, Ian up like 5-0 at one point? That was great. The Peter Wright, Steve West, I was impressed with Steve. Steve did mention that if he had won that tournament, he was going to retire. I don't know if he has decided to retire or not, but Steve played well, but Peter Wright, of course, pulling that one out. And then the Johnny Clayton, Dirk van de Von Bod. which I always blow those. Sorry. That was another good match. I mean, Dirk's looking good. I mean, got into another quarterfinal. He may have to give up the job and go to darts full time. And then, of course, we talked about the weighty Devin Peterson. That went to 11-10. That was a great match. But I want to show this to you guys. This was Johnny Clayton against Peter Wright. And I think this sealed the deal for Johnny. Let me, again, share my screen here with you guys and show this to you. It's pretty cool. Well, it's interesting. I'll say that much. Let me bring this up large, full screen. And let me play this. Hopefully there's some sound. Of course, I pulled the channel that's in another language. Okay, so watch where Johnny goes here on a 111. Look at the look on Russ Bray's face. Wait, let me back up here real quick. Look at the look there. It's like, oops. You miscounted, buddy. But that's, you know what? It happens to everybody. I remember Gary Anderson during, I think it was his second world championship during the finals, miscounted bad on that. But that was Johnny Clayton. So had a little hiccup there, little miscount there. It does happen. So, you know, it happens to all of us. So if you're doing it in league, don't worry. Johnny Clayton did it in a match that he had a good chance at potentially winning, except for Peter was just on fire. So I'm reading here from Mr. Bob Hamilton. I have to read this real quick because Bob, he runs our league. And I got to read this because he's the master. I got to read it here. So, Bob, I agree with you. Bob says that all this remote webcam stuff has been making North American darts and darts players better and better. All of these top dogs over on this side of the pond have been getting to sharpen up against better competition on a regular basis. I totally agree with that. I think that's been the best thing coming out of this whole COVID craziness, is the fact that this has opened up and we're seeing these pros that never did this before are now playing each other from all across the world. And it's making it better for us as the fans to be able to see these guys as they get onto stage or when we go live, but just in general, to see darts consistently, like daily now. It's not like, hey, we're waiting for something, but we get to watch darts and we get to watch top-notch, you know, pros playing each other consistently. And the best piece of this is you're seeing pros that you would never see play other pros, and now they're able to do it. It's happening. So thank you, Jason Watt over at Bearded Darts, guys, for putting stuff together like this. Thank you to USA Darts Productions, Will Stewart, Jennifer Mounts, for you guys, what you guys are doing in regards to bringing this stuff to us, the fans. It is awesome. Hey, guys, real quick, if you're enjoying this episode here, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like, the smash, the all that fun stuff over there on Facebook, the like, the heart, that stuff, that would be cool. It's interesting. The program I use doesn't really show me a lot of that, so I don't know how much of that's going on. But let's jump into, I want to share this with you guys. We're going to get into the Bet Victor real quick, and then we're going to talk Darts Wolf. I want to talk Darts Wolf. So start the comments now. Do you think Darts Wolf is legit? They, whatever, just dropped a video this past weekend, and then they cut the hell up out of that thing and made a ton of little segments and have been posting consistently, regularly, which, by the way, is a bad idea on YouTube. YouTube does not like that. They will hide content for those reasonings. They will not post it and share it out. But I'm curious. It was interesting, the people that were on. I watched the video. I can tell you about some of the production with the two girls that were in there. They were hired. you know, it was an interesting thing for me to see, knowing how a lot of that's put together. You know, so anyway, I think it's good publicity for those like Niels and some other guys. I think it was really good for that perspective. People are going to go see that because they want to know who the Darts Wolf is. I'm curious who he is or what he is, or, you know, what the situation is there. We'll talk a little bit more about that, but, you know, let's drop some comments. I'm curious what you guys have to say about Darts Wolf, and if you know anything about him. All right, real quick, I want to show this to you guys. Okay, so Michael Holdman, again, big fan of the channel, was on Bullseyes and Brewskis. Bullseyes and Brewskis, never heard of Darts Wolf. He supposedly lives on the East Coast, so more out your direction, and he gives away stuff. So we'll get into a little bit more about him, and we'll do that here in a second. But I want to share this with you guys, okay? And I'm going to share this link with you real quick. Let me drop this in here. That'll work. Here is a link to an Amazon page. And what that is, I'm going to share this real quick. This will be interesting. Hey, look, it's all of us. Whoa. Okay, so here we go. Let me drag this over here and share this with you guys. Stop sharing, share screen, and we're going to do this. Okay. So what is this? Here's a link here real quick to this Amazon page. So Michael Holdman's son is doing this My Brother Vinny donation drive, okay? What it says here is My Brother Vinny is 100% 501c blah, 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 that has provided furniture and housewares to 613 formerly homeless U.S. veterans since June of 2013. They're located in Westchester County, New York. And so Michael's son helps do this. You know, he goes through, they put this little thing together, this little shopping cart on Amazon. You can buy stuff for $50. You can buy stuff for $20. There's some, look, you can just get some shower curtain rings for $8. Nothing crazy. It's all Prime related. And this stuff gets delivered to Michael's house for his son to basically, they're doing these donations. They're giving this stuff out. I was blessed enough to be able to buy a few things for them. So I did that. That stuff's arriving today for them. But I wanted to just share this. This is someone in our community. This is someone that is our friend. Okay. This is a family member within the darts community. And what they're doing is they're helping raise some funds, but not money. They're not asking for money. They're asking for you to buy actual goods that are going to be given away to some homeless vets. It's getting cold on that coast, and these guys are going to need this stuff, guys and gals. So I don't care where you stand, those that are willing to step up and say, hey, I'm going to join our military. I'm going to protect our way of life. I'm going to protect our country. I'm going to protect those that I love and those that I don't even know, and put themselves in harm's way for us to be able to sit here and talk like this today, for us to play darts, for us to have virtual matches, for you to be able to have this, okay? For them willing to do that, and in some cases not even realizing exactly what that really means. We need to support them. We need to be able to show them some love as a darts community. We should be flooding this, saying, hey, we, the darts community, love and respect what you guys are doing. I don't care where you stand with today being the election and all that political stuff. That has nothing to do with it. These are young men and women that make a choice at an early age in their life to do this. And then for them to end up down the line in a homeless situation. I think we need to help them out. So guys, let's do it. Let's just go buy something. I mean, spend the $8 on something. If you can afford to buy something that's $50, jump in and do it. Or if you want to split your money and, buy one thing or another, you can just buy a gift card. They got a $10 gift card here. So there are some things you can do here, as you can see, to help out some homeless vets. They got some really cool stuff. You can just salt, pepper shaker. That's kind of cool. But guys, let's jump in and do that. Let's do it. And honestly, I bought two things yesterday. I think I bought a toaster. I don't remember what else. I bought a coffee. I buy the coffee pot because coffee and darts got to have that. So, but jump in and buy a couple of things or one thing, guys. Do it, okay? I don't ask for much from you guys, and I'm not asking for anything for myself. Let's, as a community, again, let's do this and help these guys out. The link's right there. Go to Michael Holdman's page on Facebook. You'll find it there as well. Let's spend some time helping out one of our own brothers in the darts community. All right. So that's done. Please, guys, and I know some people have said, hey, Matt, I'm going to buy something from you, like a shirt, a hat, or a set of darts when they come out. We're going to talk really quickly about those. You know what? Don't right now. Do that next time. Take it and go buy this. I appreciate when you guys do that because it does help do things. But like I took some of that money and I bought something from here to help this cause out. So guys, I know there's some people that said, hey, I'm about to buy a shirt, whether it's the Dickie shirt or something else like that. Don't go do this. I mean, I appreciate what you guys do, but do this and maybe drop me a line and be like, hey, what's up? We may, and this is something I've been thinking about and I just clicked. Look for, I got to talk to Michael about this, but I may do something where it's like, if you guys purchase something, well, I'll figure that one out because I want you guys to go buy something now. I want you guys to buy something now. How about this? If you guys purchase something, DM me, shoot me an email, okay? Shoot me an email at atomicdarts@gmail.com, atomicdarts@gmail.com, or DM me. Let me know that you purchased something and on a roll here, okay? You got to be honest about it. We're playing darts, man. You got to be honest. You're at the right length from the board. You're not cheating it out. If you do this, let me know. We'll give it till the 15th. So I'm going to bring, now let's just do it through to the 10th. Okay, 7 days from now. On the 10th, I'm going to draw a name out of those people that do this, and I'm going to seriously hook you up. I got some darts, coffee mugs. I'm going to do a nice little package for those that do this, and I will hook you. I'm going to get you a set of the Atomic Darts barrels. You'll get a set of those. I have a box coming in today, so we're going to talk about that here. But you'll get a set of the Atomic Darts barrels. So you'll get one of the first sets. You're going to get a coffee mug, a hat, and I'll throw in some other stuff. If my Condor stuff comes in for flights and shafts, I'll send some of that in it. I will hook you up. You guys jump in there, buy something, DM me, email me, let me know that you did it, and we'll do a live stream and we'll pull a name. We'll talk about it. But guys, again, the link is right there. Take a look at it. Head on over. Go to Michael Holdman's page. Guys, help this cause out. Okay? Let's talk about the Atomic Darts barrels because I know you guys want to know what's up with that. I've been asked quite a bit. I have the barrels. I got a set of them right here. So I have the barrel. It's an awesome looking barrel. It's really fun. I've been playing with it for a while in League. Right now it's in steel tip. Soft tip is getting into the order mix. Getting the barrels, let me tell you just kind of the history of this real quick. This thing started like in June of this year. The conversation started. We started doing the design element. So June, July, August, I think I got these, actually physically received them sometime in September. So, and I didn't make major changes. It was like, hey, this is the dart I want. I was able to give it to him specifically. It took that long to really end up getting the dart barrel. Then we had a box designed, and because we were using a box, now Shot made these for me. I ordered them and purchased them through Shot. Which you can do. You can order custom stuff through them. You just have to order enough barrels. One of their designers designed a really killer box, and unfortunately, Shot came back and said, hey, look, we don't want to use our box right now. This is kind of for our stuff, which totally makes sense. Great business decision from Peter over there. So we kind of had to redo the box thing. So what I have done in the meantime is I ordered some plastic boxes that are like the L-style plastic box. They arrived today. So I'll be able to post these on the website and start selling them, and you'll get a nice little plastic case that comes with them. And then once I get the physical box in, I'm going to go ahead and send that out to you just so you have it. But here is, let me see if I can do this again. I want to share my screen. It's not going to let me do this, is it? Let me do this real quick. So I should throw this up. Hey, look. I'm going to bring a picture in and show this to you guys because I think this is pretty cool. You guys can see the box for what it's going to look like here. That's not it. Where is it? Oh, where did I was in pictures? Here it is. Okay, I'm going to bring this up so you guys can see the box. This is the first time anybody's seen the box. This is what the new box is going to look like. The old box, unfortunately, we weren't able to use. Come on. All right, there you go. This is what the new box, basically the layout. So they just did a sample piece that's happening right now. So that needs to be approved, and then they can go into production. Unfortunately, the manufacturer of this particular box has been busy with a lot of boxes going on with all the different changes that have, you got Target and other people releasing stuff. And there's only so many box manufacturers that do a really good job. So this is what that box is going to look like. It is the B52. It is a limited edition barrel. Soft tip is coming. They are made in New Zealand, of course, by Shot Darts, and designed here. So that's what the box is going to look like. But today, again, I've got those plastic style, L-style type boxes coming in. So look for those to be up on the website where you can purchase those. But again, if you jump into that other thing, maybe you win a free set. So I've got, I think, like 45 sets to sell. And I may do another order of the steel tips. We may do a couple different weights, but I've got soft tips coming next because I need a set of those just so that I'm concurrent with what I'm playing with. Anyway, I want the soft tips. So we're going to have those too. So there you guys go with that. Be on the lookout for that. Thank you, Luke. I'm just checking out some comments here. That's awesome. Scottish Lad wants to play me. Here's the thing with playing me. I've got to set that up so we can do this in the mornings. At nights, I do play my league matches, but I have woken up my kids playing darts at night, so I'm still figuring that one out. With that said, I got to pull this up and show this to you guys because this thing was awesome. If I can find it. Was it Boom? This is something I'm thinking of getting. And this will take care of my problem here. Let me show this to you guys. See if I can make this like. Okay. I'm going to share my screen again and share this with you guys. This thing is awesome. I'm thinking about buying one of these. Bring that up. Share my screen again. Cool. So let me know what you guys think of one of these. And then we're going to talk. We're going to get into the Bet Victor. We're going to get into that. And then we'll talk a little bit about Dart Wolf. By the way, just dropping this here, and we'll talk about it at the end of the show. But Larry, the Eagle Butler, will be on the show on Thursday. His wife has allowed him. No, that's not true. But Larry's going to be on this Thursday morning, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So come check out Larry, the Eagle Butler. He is one of the, I'm going to say, statesmen of North American darts. And of course, with the Bet Victor coming up, World Cup, that'll be fun to talk to him with that. But let me show this to you guys. This thing is cool. I'm going to hit play. I actually DM'd them about getting one of these. They're like $1,400, I think is what the cost was. Then some shipping and all that. Basically, like it would be like $2,000 for me to have this shipped here. This would be the cabinet without the boards. They do other stuff too. It's called Boom Darts. They're on Facebook, but check this out. So anybody listening to the podcast, this is like a darts cabinet of like, it's awesome. Just go check out Boom Darts and you'll be able to see it. But here we go. Yeah. I'm going to get busted for the music, but whatever. So that went from Nexus to Grand Board to Steel Tip. Yes, that thing rotates. How awesome is that? How awesome is that? I think this is going to solve a lot of my problems because I can put one of these in the living room and I can play darts out there and not get in trouble. So what do you guys think of that? Is that not the sweetest cabinet? Boom Darts. Check them out. That thing is awesome. But I can put up all 3 boards, and I'll have to get 3 new boards because I like my setup out here. Anyway, I'm going to have to do something. I can put it in the living room and play out there and not wake kids up. But yes, Scottish Lad, I need to play more people. I've been playing more people. It's been kind of fun. Bullseyes and Brewskis, we're playing this week sometime. And then they're going to be on the show next week, by the way. Bullseyes and Brewskis, Roy's going to be joining me next week on the show. And we're going to just be having some fun talking darts and talking Bullseyes and Brewskis. Oh, by the way, Roy, you're going to be on the show next week. So just thought I'd tell you that. All right. Guys, let's talk Bet Victor. This is awesome, guys. So, like I mentioned before, Portugal has stepped in regards for Singapore, which Paul Lim is a part of. And that's sad because Paul Lim is just awesome. It's so much fun to see him play. But so Bet Victor starts this Friday, November 6th. Okay. And you know, it's basically 32 teams from around the world. Afternoon session on Friday, we've got Lithuania versus Gibraltar, which should be a good matchup. I think Lithuania takes that. We got Hong Kong versus China. I'm going with China on that one. Then we have Portugal versus Hungary, which again is going to be a great matchup. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And then we have New Zealand versus Denmark. That's going to be really good. We got some shots players there in New Zealand. That's really going to be an interesting one. I'm not sure on that one. I'll be honest, I'm not sure. Then we got Northern Ireland versus Canada with Matt Campbell will be playing that, and Jeff Smith from Canada. That also is going to be a really good one. If Jeff is on his game, along with Matt just has been crushing it, and Matt is okay with the stage thing, you're not going to have the crowd, though. So the crowd, which was going to be there due to shutdown stuff, no more crowd. So that may factor in for Matt where he doesn't have some of that because, you know, that could be good. Could be interesting. Then we have Belgium versus the Czech Republic. That's a good. I'm going with Belgium on that one. Then we have Austria versus USA. Okay, and of course Austria, they're ranked 8th coming into this. You know, we got Menser in with that crowd. It's going to be interesting. I hopefully this is where Danny just shines like an incredible star, and I think we take it. I think I think we upset this one. I think we bump them out and we make it to second round. That's just my opinion. I think we've got the firepower there to do it. And then we have England versus the Philippines to end out the night, and that's going to be a really good one. Just so that you guys know, the top 8 teams are going to be England, number 1 with Michael Smith and Rob Cross. Number 2 is Wales with Gerwin Price and Johnny Clayton. Johnny will be counting better, and I think they're pretty much the favorite in my mind to take this thing. Netherlands is MVG and Danny Norbert, which is great, but that I don't see them going past second round. Just honestly don't see that happen. Northern Ireland, you got Daryl Gurney, Brendan Dolan. Yeah. It just depends on which Daryl Gurney shows up. Brendan's been playing really solid well lately. Belgium is the Dancing Dimitri and Kim Hybricks. That's a good team. That's a solid team right there. It'll, again, depends on how well they mesh together. Germany is Max Hopp and Gabriel Clemens. They're going to play well, but they're not winning it in my mind. 7 is the Republic of Ireland with William O'Connor and Steve Lennon. That team's going to be a lot tougher than anybody thinks. They are a solid team. They are good dartsmen. They're good counters. They play well together. That's That's going to be interesting. Semifinals for them. And then we have Austria, which I think they go out first round. That's your top 8. And then Australia, you got Simon Whitlock and Damon Hedda. That could be interesting, depending on which Damon shows up and which Simon shows up. Let's see. Canada, we mentioned. Brazil is Bruno Rangel and Diogo Portela. Can't say that I've seen them play. I probably have, but can't think of it. Where's another? Trying to think if there's anybody. The New Zealand team, that's Cody Harris and Hapa Paha. I think they're going to be a lot tougher than anybody thinks. I think that's going to be really good. Portugal, that stepping in team with Jose de Sousa. I think they're going to be tougher as well. I think they're coming in, and we've seen this of late. We've seen these teams that are filling in for other teams, or players that are filling in for other players, and they're going deep into tournaments. I think we'll see some of that. The name that you will notice is not in here is Peter Wright. So Scotland is John Henderson and Robert Thornton, which that's a cool match. That's a cool grouping. They're going to be a lot of fun. Just some big men. These are some big boys. They're going to be up there just hammering on the dartboard. Poland, Krzysztof Rotowski in that group as well. That's going to be interesting. He's a very good player, so that could bode well for them to get deep into the situation. The USA, as you guys know, we got Danny and Chuck. They are going to be. I really think they get past first round. I'll be honest, I don't think they'll go past that, but it just depends on the game, right? That's why we got to play it. South Africa with Devin Peterson and Carl Gabriel. That's going to be interesting because Devin's could carry that team into second round ish, maybe. That'll be interesting to see, and it's going to be interesting to see how the name stays are able to pick it up and go places. But I take Wales. I think Wales takes this tournament. I think they just have so much firepower there in Gerwyn Price and Johnny Clayton that this is their tournament to lose. That's just my pick. What's your pick on the situation? Let me know in the comments who you guys think is going to do it. But that Scottish team, man, that's going to be awesome. Those are some big, thick men that are going to be on it. I mean, it's going to look like it's the world's strongest competition with little itty bitty darts being thrown. It's going to be kind of fun. I would like you to be more bookie with some of those. Thank you, Sharon. You want me to? I could bookie some of these. I mean, yeah, we could do something. I don't know how legal it is, but we could make it fun. Speaking of Sharon Butler, the wife of Larry Butler. Larry again is going to be on this Thursday, and then we're going to sneak Sharon on the show. Hopefully next week, Sharon. Hopefully next week. We'll see, depending on when she's ready and available. But it's going to be interesting from a couple folds. One, we get to hear from the spouse of a professional darts player and a gentleman who's been playing darts for a number of years, and get to just hear what it's like from that side. So I'm really excited about that. And of course, Sharon works with dart brokers. So we get to kind of find out a little bit more about that. In Galaxy Designs, which they do barrels and jerseys. So it'll be interesting to kind of get her side of, one, the production and dealing with the business side. But more importantly, the most exciting thing I think we'll take out of that is going to be her opinion and her knowledge of being the partner of a professional darts player. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully that'll be next week. It could be the following week, but we'll find out soon. At least I will. And then again, I told Roy here on the show, man, you're up for next week, buddy. So Bullseyes and Brewskis is going to be on the show. We're going to talk darts from one of our fans. It's going to be awesome. Loving that. And I'm a fan of your show. By the way, nice Halloween episode. I couldn't let my kids watch the whole thing. A little too much language. But, dude, that's who you are, and you got to be who you are. So that's awesome. We were trick-or-treating when that came on, and so I was walking around watching my phone. It was interesting. So, real quick, I want to talk Darts Wolf. I should have something here where I could bring it up. Let me see if I can do that real quick. and just show you guys what I'm talking about. So Darts Wolf is a guy apparently that lives here in the U.S., has an English accent, who did something with Gavin out of why am I blanking? Darts Planet TV. So this was earlier in the year. Apparently, Darts Wolf came to Gavin out of Darts Planet TV and said, hey, I want to hook you up with a bunch of Nexus boards. I don't remember how many hundreds of them they were, and a bunch of other stuff for you to give away. So no one knows who Darts Wolf was. He came in and on the scene, did this, and like Gavin and those guys were giving away stuff, and there were all kinds of crazy things there. I didn't follow along with any of it. Personally, I watched their show. I like Adam's reviews on products. And I catch some of their stuff, some of the fun stuff occasionally. But apparently they were doing all this crazy stuff. And this guy, Darts Wolf, was the money behind all this. And then there was some questioning how things happen. I guess there were some questionings with how things happened with Gavin and how it worked out. Again, I know nothing about that. I know that the darts referee had a video where he talked somewhat about that. And he talked a little bit about Darts Wolf. There's been this theory that Gavin is actually Darts Wolf, at that Target hooked him up with all those things. There's a bunch of theories and things running around with that. And again, I've kind of stayed out of it. But I keep seeing stuff online about Darts Wolf and the stuff that they've got going on. So he's had a YouTube channel. It's been sitting there, and he dropped a video, a fairly lengthy video this past weekend. And then they chopped it up into a bunch of little segments. And it was interesting. I mean, they had some different YouTubers that came on and talked about some stuff. They talked about like Loxley darts, and they talked about a number of things out there that are happening in regards to the darts community, mainly European type stuff. They had Bobby George on talking some stuff, and there's actually a service out there, and the darts referee references it, talks about it, where you can pay a certain amount of money, and certain pro players will come on and give you a shout out or do your ringtone, which is what the darts referee did on his deal. And then and I'll say the thing that I saw from the Darts Wolf, the long thing, the thing that had Bobby George on there, it looked like it had been a scripted situation where they paid him to kind of do it. I don't know for certain. I can't say 100% what the situation is there. And I'm just curious if anybody knows who this guy is, what this whole deal is about. Our very own Scottish lad was on there. Apparently he got hit in the head with a dart. It's actually a funny story. So I would go watch that. And if the Scottish lad could put a link, I think he may have put a link on his page for that. It was pretty comical. You need to make sure who your friends are. So yeah, I'm not sure who this guy is or what the situation is. As far as apparently there was some big giveaways in regards to from the Darts Wolf, and I know that they put out, it was a pretty long video. And it was like the two girls in there. These are girls that you pay. You go to like Fiverr, and they'll basically do this whole thing with a green screen behind them, and then you just pop in the information. It's pretty simple to do. Getting timing and things down is a little bit, but that's kind of what this was. And then they had all these little video clips. I know that there were a couple of YouTubers that had sent in video clips, and it's fine. I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about any of this. I'm just curious about who or what this is, what the situation is. Again, I haven't followed it completely. I was just curious if you guys have heard about this guy, or, if it's a guy, if it's a group, if it's an organization, who is or what is the Darts Wolf? Very curious about it. I may do a video, just a stand-up video like this, and it's not a review, and we'll just go through a bunch of the Darts Wolf stuff with the question of who is the Darts Wolf. So if anybody knows and you want to drop that information, that would be really cool. If you want to check it out, nothing wrong with that. It is the Darts Wolf. let's see. I'm going to play this. Let's have some fun here. I'm going to end this show on this one because Cindy, Mrs. Atomic Darts, her brakes are having some issue, and we just had them completely redone. So we got to go drop it back off at the shop, and I got to run kids to school because Monday and Tuesday they have school, and the rest of the week they're homeschooled. So I got to do that here in just a couple of minutes. But I want to watch this, and I'm gonna just show you the Darts Wolf channel, and then we're gonna watch the Scottish Lad video because I think that'll be kind of fun to do. Let me just drag this over here, and let's do that. Let me share screen. All right. So this is the Darts Wolf page. You guys can see this here. Videos. So he's got a couple of videos, and these really all popped out from here. So you have this one from 2 days ago, which is the premiere. It's 18 minutes long, and then they cut it up and dropped in all these little other vignettes, which is smart. You know, they did one long video and then they chopped it into multiple small videos. The problem is they're dropping them like way too quick, which YouTube algorithm goes, no, we don't like that. Had they dropped this one and then a day later dropped another one and then a day later, but they kept dropping them. So it's going to, these things won't show up in feeds. Basically, you can still find them, but they won't show up in feeds. But here's the one we want to watch. Let me click this one in. And that is our own Scottish Lad who watches the show. Thank you, sir. Let me blow this up here, make it big, and let's watch it. All right, guys. So there you go. There's a look at one of the little vignettes, and of course, Scottish Lad. Which awesome job, buddy. I know when you first got into doing this stuff, you were a little bit hesitant to get in front of the camera. So nice going there. And that is a funny story. I think we've all had some stories about someone getting hit. When I was a kid, we used to play a lot of darts. I had a buddy who had a board up, and we'd go over there and play. And one day, for some stupid reason, okay, so we used to put our hand up and throw. We never got close to our hand. Like a couple of times it would get hit, but like we were all too afraid. And this one dumb move, just a dumb move. This friend of mine had two brothers, and there were two others of us there. And his younger brother goes to retrieve his darts, and the older brother says, "Oh, I'm going to joke," and like throw it over his head. We didn't. He caught him in the eye, like right into the white of the eye, which apparently didn't hurt too bad. It was more shocking. It was more of the pressure type thing. But yeah, he basically had to ride in an ambulance to the hospital to have a dart removed from his eye from his older brother. Needless to say, the dartboard came down and we never played darts at that house again. So Scottish Lad, totally understand. Nice thick skull there, buddy, so it didn't impale you. But there's the Darts Wolf. Curious what you guys think of Dart Wolf. Let me know in some comments. Love to know what you guys got going on. But at this point in time, I got to land this plane. I got to get out of here in 5 minutes to run the family around. Drop off a car and get kids to school, and then I got to get some work done. So, hey, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Coffee and Darts. As always, don't forget to show some love to the sponsors, which is shotdarts.com and magicwear.com as well. Go check out, get some really nice jerseys, get some nice darts from Shot Darts, and of course, Condor. I got to get their logo on here sometime this week, but Condor with their incredible flight shaft combination. The axe is awesome, but I will say, if you get them, understand that their flight trajectory is slightly different due to the makeup of how they work together. So if you have questions about that, let me know. Again, this Thursday, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, the Eagle will be joining me, Larry Butler, and we're going to certainly be talking about the Bet Victor World Cup. We'll be talking about past matches and some of the incredible stories that he has to share, including being, as far as I know, the only U.S. player to win a major PDC event. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to have some fun with that. That's going to be exciting for me. Should be exciting for you. So join me Thursday morning, 7 a.m. See you guys. Enjoy the week. And if you're here in America and you haven't voted, go vote. And let's hope I'm still here Thursday, right? Could implode. Everybody, thanks again for hanging out with me and have a wonderful day. See you guys on Thursday.